Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling y'all a couple tips on how to plan your track plan and a couple things that you need to know and a couple things that you should and shouldn't do. So we'll just get right into it. Number one, don't go crazy with the amount of track you use. Real roads, try and use as little amount of track as possible and make the shortest route possible. So that's the first thing. Use as little track as you can. It'll be a little more realistic and it'll be cheaper, especially with switches and just getting enough rolling stock and stuff like that to fill everything up. Number two is runarounds. If you want to do operating on your layout, you're gonna need a runaround. That way you can, let's say, these cars here, or here, hold on, let me move this. These cars here are getting pulled this way by a locomotive. Sorry. These cars are getting pulled this way by a locomotive, but they need to go a different direction. The locomotive needs to pull it back that way to switch into those industries over there. The locomotive can disconnect from its cars, run around here, and then now it's not facing our direction, but it is on the right side of the cars to go around and switch these industries over here, and vice versa with these industries back here. So yeah, that's another thing. One thing my runaround also doubles as is a yard lead. So what a yard lead is used for is so you can pull your trains out of the yard to do switching and not infringe on the main line if you have any trains running on the main line. So that's another thing you need. So we've got 3 so far: useless track, runaround, and yard lead. So keep at least those 3 things in mind. Second off, when you're doing your layout, make sure you have everything planned and how you like it. As you're going, you might want to change some things, but once you have a part down, ballast first. Do not do ground turf first, do ballast first. That way you get a more realistic look, like here, where you have ground turf covering the side. You can see that I did it wrong here. I did ground turf first, and it's just kind of a little unnatural. Whereas over here, on this side, I did ballast first, and then ground turf. Sorry about that, guys, but yeah. Make sure you ballast first, ground turf second. Another thing to do with ballast is, which is something I did wrong, which is not wiring before you put the ballast down. So you have to make sure that you finish all your wiring before you really start any scenery, which is like a thing I did very wrong, especially on this side of my layout. So I'm at least gonna put the wires in. I might not hook everything up, but I'll put the wires in so I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, the other thing for ground turf is when you're using your turf, like if you're using just earth, but you also have burnt grass, mix them together. You can make a little lighter color like that versus just the earth, or a little darker color than just the burnt grass. I don't know if you can see the difference on camera, but it's a little lighter with both mixed. And then I have yellow grass for if I feel like doing any of this. It doesn't look great here, but it looks a little better over here. And you can, if you mess anything up, you can go back and redo pretty much anything. So make sure you do it to how you like it. not how other people like it. Because it's your layout. Unless you're doing a club layout or something, then maybe that's a little different. But yeah, just do it how you like it, but make sure you're not messing anything up that is super irreversible. But yeah, another thing is, don't buy just locomotives unless you're like a collector or something. If you're gonna do operations, spend a little bit more on cars, because that's one of the most important things when you're doing operations. Okay, another thing is something like this, an interchange. I use this interchange so I can have cars coming in and off the layout. This interchanges with CSX because my layout is Norfolk Southern, so this interchanges with CSX. Or if I ever extend the layout, I can extend it from here if I need to. Yeah. Another thing with track plan is make sure your cars, this isn't a track plan, but make sure your cars the switches don't derail your cars. If they do, try and fix that, because that can cause a big headache in the future. I don't have that problem with any of my switches right now, but if it's not your switches, you might want to add some weight to your cars. Like these cars here are really light because I took the weights out so I could use them empty. So they have a little derailing problem when they're getting pushed through a switch, but I know that's not the switch. So either do something to your switch. I'm sure there's tons of videos out there. Or if it's your cars, add weight to your cars. Yeah, there's a lot of other things that I can talk about, but I think I'm gonna make this a little series. So if you have any tips, let me know in the comments. If there's anything I didn't say, there'll be more videos. And yeah, just do whatever you'd like. But certain things, if you like everything realistic, then do it your way. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.